All right, everyone. Are you ready to rumble? All right, here we go. Yeah, that's him. That's Rumble.
Hey, I didn't volunteer for this geeky assignment. I want Skywalk's job. But
Nicely done. So, happy July 3rd. I know that it's a Friday night, and we do this every Friday night, but this is kind of an impromptu live stream, and the reason is because, I'll be honest, we weren't actually planning on doing it. I was going to visit my family for the 4th of July weekend. And my mom has a pool. It was going to be so nice. And, we haven't seen them for several weeks. And we've seen them only once since the whole pandemic thing happened. And then this week I've been nursing a sore throat. And I woke up this morning and I had some other intestinal things that I'm not going to describe because nobody wants to hear about that. But... and I know what everybody thinks, because these days you say you got a sore throat, you say that you're not feeling 100%, and immediately the thought is, oh, do you have, the thing?
Oh, hell no.
And I really don't think I have the thing. Monica and I have been practicing social distancing. The only time that we really leave the house is to go grocery shopping. Pick up some odds and ends, and while we're out, we're wearing gloves and masks, and we're staying away from people as much as humanly possible. So I really don't think that we have it, but... I went back and forth, because on one hand it's like, okay, chances are we don't have it, but Allegheny County, that's where we're at. Our number of cases have just been going through the roof. We've been breaking new records pretty much every day for the last week. And if by some strange quirk we have been exposed and we don't know it, the thought of spreading that to my parents, I'm no. You know what? The answer is no. It's just not worth the risk, even if it's a small risk. It's one of those small risks with big consequences. Like for instance, if I go out and I sit next to the pool, and I don't think that I'm going to fall into the pool, but I don't have my watch on, I don't have my phone in, and there's a slight chance that I could fall into the pool, but if I do fall into the pool, okay, the worst thing that happens is I fall in a pool. It's not a big risk either, but the consequences are this low. Shiznit. So Monica just let me know that there were 187 new cases today. Let me just put that in perspective. And there were 233 yesterday? And like 116 the day before. So at the height of everything being closed down in Allegheny County, the highest number that we had in a single day was in the 80s. I want to say that it was like 86 or something. Okay, and now we're doing, I will, yes. Now we're doing, these numbers that are 187, 233, things like that. Okay, that's a bad trend. So, so I guess this is the part of the program where I'm just letting everybody know that that we are we are staying safe, not just for ourselves, but we want to keep our friends and our loved ones safe as well. And sometimes that sucks because I want to see my mom. Mom, if you're watching this video, which I can't imagine that you're watching this video because, I mean, it's going to be boring as crap for you. But if you are watching this video, I miss you, I miss Al, and I would love to see you both. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to turn on our smooth jazz. Here we go. There we go. Yeah. We're kind of taking it easy this evening. I've got a tea mug with a cat and paw prints on it, and I've got my hot tea, which this is actually lemon ginger herbal tea with probiotics and perhaps a little bit of something extra for those of us who are over 21. Or a lot of something extra. Okay. And that will be easier on the throat. Oh yeah. Well, that was made with love, and we all know what love means on this channel. So, I'll set that down. Actually, wait here, I can't set that down because I need to welcome some people and toast them. So... Tonight the music seems so loud, I wish that we could lose this crowd. Well, okay, so, welcome Colleen, welcome Kyoji, welcome Canadian Ranger, I'm glad to see that you're back. Am I missing anybody so far? It's Colleen, Canadian Ranger, Kyoji, of course Monica. I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. This is for all of you. Well... I think that's the height of the live stream right there. Good night, everyone. Have a happy 4th of July. So, yeah, I guess okay, I guess we're not calling it quits just yet. That kind of sends just warmness into all my joints. So, yes, tomorrow's 4th of July, and I hope that everybody is being extra safe this year, and that means, you know, wearing your masks when you go somewhere, and also don't set yourselves or your loved ones on fire. We do not... Bam! Yeah, and tonight we, in celebration of the most explosive holiday in the United States year, we are talking about that self-styled master of onomatopoeia, which we all know and love. That's right, it is Warpath. Let's just pull out Warpath right here. This is Gen 1 Warpath, and oh wait, super close, there we go. So yeah, this is Gen 1 Warpath, the bot who started it all, and by the way, before we talk too much about Warpath, let us talk about tonight's secret word. Whenever we hear this secret word, I will be celebrating with a medicinal sip of... I kind of feel like I might have broken my brain. So, anyway, tonight's word is... Oh, darn it, here we go again. So, a little bit of news before we dig too deep into the world of Warpath. Some really cool things have happened in the last week. One thing that happened, and this has nothing to do with the content for tonight, unless you guys really want it to. Yes, Kyoji. Kyoji was just asking if that's Careless Whisper on Kazoo. You are correct. That is Careless Whisper on Kazoo. Only on the Clay Carlino channel. So, we're gonna have to provide links to that. You know what? I'll add the links to the description after we're done posting. You know, there's that period after I finish the video where it processes, and then usually tomorrow I go in and I add tags, and I can add things in the descriptions like links to amazingly distinctive music that hopefully doesn't get us demonetized. So, Careless Whisper on Kazoo. Is there a person that we want to thank for that? Let's see. Their name is Turn Your Music On After... No. The name is Much Kazoo About Nothing. It is a YouTube channel called Much Kazoo About Nothing. God bless you, Much Kazoo About Nothing. You know what? That one's for you, Much Kazoo. You know, I don't know how big that channel is, but I would love to meet whoever's in charge of that and do some kind of collaboration. If you're out there, Much Kazoo About Nothing, this is an open invitation. Anytime you want to do something together, I am here. I will bring my audience of dozen upon dozen of viewers to your channel. So, there we go. And Monica has posted links in the live chat. So yes. So anyway, getting back to what we got this week, I'm going to show this off. And you are allowed to scream in excitement. This is Nightmare Unicron. Look at that. Let's go ahead and go to the super close. And I know that this is not Warpath, but come on. Look how awesome he is. So this is Nightmare Unicron. He is from the Transformers Prime series. We had him on pre-order for forever, and he is a Japanese exclusive, I believe. And unlike most of the Prime series, he is gorgeous. Just as a side note, a lot of the Transformers Prime toys were tragically cheap. They were hollow. They were very light feeling. I got the cliff jumper that came out at the beginning of the series, and he just fell into pieces in my hands. It's one of the few times when I actually took a toy back.
You are so cheap.
He was so cheap. And it was a shame because he had the horns, and he turned into that cool sedan with the horns on the hood. And, I wanted that figure to be awesome, and it was not. And a lot of those toys, there were some cool designs, but implemented in the cheapest way. Yeah, this was back in the time when you could still get knockoff stuff at Big Lots. And we were seeing stuff at Big Lots that was more robust and seemed more, just better made than the new stuff coming out from Hasbro that was easily 5 times the price. So, yeah, this is Nightmare Unicron, and unlike the rest of the Prime line, he is very nicely made. He's got a lot of detail and he's just intimidating as crap. He doesn't have hands, because Unicron doesn't need to pick anything up. He bludgeons things to death, and he spears them with stone spikes. In this storyline, Unicron was actually Earth. Unicron was the center of our planet. We lived on Unicron. I guess that makes us a race of Unicronians. I don't know, but whatever the case, Transformers Prime had a very good story and very different take on Unicron than what we had seen in the past, but menacing. Just menacing as hell, and this toy does that menace justice. So yeah, and then this is the box. Yeah, this is the box, and it's done in all black and white, which the toy is almost entirely black and white. There's a little bit of a bronze finish on this. I think this is a metal piece. I think there's actual metal on him, and he's got that same finish here. It's it's like a bronze, just a little bit tinted, and then everything else is just hues of gray with red details. Absolutely gorgeous. Robo Jesus Planet. Yes. Yeah. Well, is Unicron really Robo Jesus? I feel like Prime is more Robo Jesus, because Prime keeps getting killed and then coming back to life 3 days later. So I feel like if there is a Robo Jesus, it is probably Optimus Prime. He's got that nobility thing going for him, that compassion. Now, I believe that Jesus was far more pacifist. He wasn't really big on carrying blasters or having movies about him where he's decapitating his enemies.
At the end of this day, one shall stand, one shall fall.
Yeah, see, that's a line from Transformers, not from the Bible. So, that's from the Bible. So, anyway, yes. I would say that Unicron is more Robot Devil Planet. And boy, I really wish that we had thought about that reference when we were collecting sound bites for this. Because now we need Robot Devil. So anyway, he turns into a thing, and the thing, I guess, is supposed to be some kind of vehicle, but it's really more of a Unicron head in a samurai helmet. And I might as well. Do I need to do this? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try and do this. We're gonna take off the claw here, and take off his bludgeoning weapon, and see now here you can see already on the back. In fact, let's go to the super close. So on his back, he has a Unicron face, and boy, look at that! That face is just intimidating. He looks so evil. He is just. And I realize that part of me wants to be critical of the fact that the Unicron face is right on his back, but it's cool as hell.
Ice Bear's tired of staring at this guy's butt.
Okay, give me some slack here, Ice Bear. So, his I mean, normally that would drive me nuts, but it's integrated so well. I love it. So, anyway, let's see if I can remember how to transform him. Let's see, we've got this, okay. That's not what this process is gonna be like. Just forewarning you, that is not what this process is gonna be like. So, we have to pull out the sides from the legs, okay? They come out like this. There's these cool thingies right here that expand, and then we're going to flip the feet up like this, and these actually kind of open up a little bit. Yeah, they do a thing here like that, and this is okay. I apologize because I've only transformed him a couple of times, and it's not intuitive, but I'm trying. So, we're going to twist the legs, and these are going to need to come out to the sides like this. And there's a swivel joint here and the hip joint here, and you have to have the hip so that his legs can go out like this, but the swivel around so that it goes to the underside of the leg. So there's a little bit of futzing that needs to be done. And I'm glad that I'm starting with this before I've had too much of that tea, because I'm pretty sure I could not have done even this much after a few more cups of that tea. So, that kind of comes, okay, thank you, there is that picture, which is helpful. So you have to flip up the chest, like that, open that up, and then there's this little kind of nose cone thing that folds out, just like that, and, let's see, I'm kind of looking at, yes, I'm looking at the picture. The head folds down like that, and then the arms, the arms are going to do a thing. They are going to go in here, I think. So, yeah, into the open area created by opening up the chest. And then we need to get the legs onto the side of the head, and let's go ahead and rotate these up this way, and then we're going to rotate, let's see, does that open? I don't think that opens. I think there's an Optimus Prime that is paired with this that I did not get, that merges in some way, but I'm not sure that, to be honest, I'm not really concerned about merging him with Optimus Prime, because he's pretty cool on his own right. I like combinations usually, but this is one that I don't think that it really helps it. So, okay, so, this thing has to do a thing. Alright, so the legs have to kind of go around, and the top of the leg has to go up. So let's, I really should have paid attention when I was transforming this. This was not planned, okay? I'm just gonna say, this is not planned. So, thank you, Colleen. Colleen was just saying that this looks super awesome, and Colleen, you are correct. It is super awesome. But I do not know how to transform it. So I don't think that goes in there. I think that goes out like this, and then okay. So there's a little thing right on his toe. You'd blink and you'd miss it. But there's a little thing here, and there's a little notch in his chest. So the toe hooks in to the chest right like that. Okay, that is definitive. We have figured something out. And then that And then this one does the same thing, so we're gonna match that on the other side. And getting it in there is a younger man's game.
Phrasing. Boom. Huh?
Really? is that a... Oh, getting the tab in there? Getting it in there is a young... Ah, I see! Ha ha!
Are we not saying phrasing anymore? Which, that's fine, whatever, but if we're doing a new thing and nobody told me, that I'd have a problem with.
Yes. So, thank you, Archer. Okay, it's really fighting me getting both of these in here at the same time. Let me just make sure that I have this correct. Because, you know, there might be a little bit of finessing with this joint here that I need to do. Okay, so we got that, and we got that, and there, we got that one connected, and we got that. All right. Oh, it keeps popping out. Ooh, Unicron, why are you so evil? And, well, I guess that's kind of obvious that Unicron is evil. So, and then we can collapse this against the side here, and then we put his horns up like this, and, is that the, oh, you know what, this then does a little transforminess. These split out there to be on the sides like that, and then this thing can attach right underneath there to give him kind of a spiky thing, and those things keep popping out because they want to, and because Unicron is evil. And then there's another piece that connects. Wait a minute here. There's some more connectivity that's happening. Ooh, oh wow. Okay, that's pretty badass. So you're gonna have to send people a link to that. I'm gonna show that in just a second. I am sorry that this is taking so long. You know what? He's just hard. He's hard to. Oh, okay, got it. I know what we're doing. Oh gosh, I figured something out. So this goes. I think.
Hey, phrasing.
Just put back the other picture, please. I want to make sure that I get this correct. So we have these things that are pointed down, these that are pointed up, and then this, that is supposed to be in. There is a peg. I'm looking for the peg, and it goes down into, I think it goes in here. So there, and then I think this one goes in here. And you know what? I might be wrong, but I'm gonna go with it. And so this is the transform. Oh, these go on somewhere. These actually go on to the back of it. Right here. This opens up like this, and then this connects to the back just like this. There we go. That's actually not too hard. So there we go.
Excellent!
And I according to the instructions, it's supposed to be like this ship thing that goes like this, but it is quite obviously a head, a kind of a samurai Unicron head. And if you can, let's see, post the link to that picture, and then I'll copy it, because let's show you. In fact, we can actually do it right here. So we have Unicron. This is Armada Unicron. And somehow what they have done is they have done that, which is totally awesome. And you've got, okay, so here, for those people that aren't following the link, I'm gonna copy the link and put it over into our internet view. And it did not, why did it go to a Google search? I didn't want a Google search, I wanted to, can you, that didn't take me where I think that we wanted it to go. Let me try again. No, it's acting like a search thing, so. All right, well, the link is there, and there's another link that we're trying. Let's try that. Control C and Control V. No, it's just acting like a search. Okay, so anyway, it's a picture that looks something like that, except with a more accurately colored version, and that is pretty damn cool. So I just wanted to share that because Nightmare Unicron is awesome. Just absolutely amazing toy. I love it. A very, very different Unicron. But we've seen Unicron in Armada, and we have actually. Whoa, don't fall over. Don't. Yeah, there we go. And we have also seen, we got this Unicron head, this came with Primus. This was an extra that came with Primus. I feel like they missed an opportunity by having a clear stick that could plug into the bottom of him and then plug into Primus so that it looked like he was orbiting. Nonetheless, that made buying Primus worth it right there. Okay, the Primus toy, it was okay, but this, awesome. And then this was Cybertron Unicron, where he turns into a tank, and I like this. He's very, just kind of zombie-esque, and I have to say that I wouldn't have been a bit surprised if, did he get repainted as Bludgeon? I think that he got repainted as Bludgeon. I know that if they didn't repaint him as Bludgeon, they should have. So, yeah, Unicrons all over the place, even though that's not what we're here for. We're here for KaBLAM! Oh, wait. KaBLAM! That really does feel good on my throat. So, we also got, this week, Monica, based on a previous live stream where I was saying how much I liked the third movie version of Megatron. In fact, it's the only movie version of Megatron, other than the animated movie from 1986, of course, that I liked. This is the Hasbro Studios, Studio Series, which are, I'll be honest, I don't really have a whole lot of interest in the Studio Series.
So unwise.
No, it is wise because it's all based off of the movie shit. And most of those designs are just not very good. So, but I do like this version of the character, and his robot mode is fantastic. This one.
All hail
Yes, all hail Megatron. And he has a fabric cape thingy, which I think is pretty cool. He also comes with this little guy. He kind of reminds me of a Michael Bay version of Crim Zeke, but yeah, and that's pretty cool. But I will say that when you transform it, there's a lot of hollowness, and there's, you know, whereas the other one really integrated the parts well into the transform, and then when you had the truck, you had that neat pivot where the trailer would actually pivot where it connects to the cab portion of the truck. This one just turns into a pretty sizable truck, but not necessarily it's a little disappointing. It's a cool figure. I love that he comes with an over-under shotgun, okay, with a pistol grip. That is freaking awesome. I love the cables. These are actually made of rubber, and they connect to his back, and they have this piece that connects to his back. So, the Mad Max aesthetic for this guy is awesome. But I'm not sure that he's better than the other version that I have. And I think you got him on discount, so, that's okay. I'm glad to have him. I love the paint detail. The coppery airbrushed parts, they look fantastic. The molded in detail also looks fantastic. I do miss that being able to identify the truck grill in the chest. I really like that in the other toy, and we don't have that in this one. But nonetheless, still, not a bad toy. Certainly a nice design, probably one of the nicest designs that we would get out of the Michael Bay series. But yeah, if you've got the other one, a little bit of custom painting will make that one as cool as this one.
Ice Bear wants his money back.
Ice Bear's not getting his money back. I'm not returning the toy. I like it, but there were some things that were a little bit disappointing. So anyway, we got that, and so moving to who we're all here to see, Warpath. This is Warpath. This is Gen 1 Warpath. He was... Bam! Pow! Warpath, yeah! He was a mini Autobot introduced in Series 2 of the Gen 1 series, so I guess he probably would have been around 1985. And he was one of the many characters that just sort of showed up in the cartoon with no explanation whatsoever. But probably one of the most memorable characters. And it's amazing that they would give such a distinctive personality to the little characters like this, like Bumblebee and Brawn and in this case Warpath, and then characters like Prowl that sold for a lot more, just kind of blended into the background. And I guess they figured that those characters had cool enough toys that they didn't really need the promotion. I don't know, but one thing that I always loved about this toy is that he's very unique. And unlike a lot of the other mini Autobots, his vehicle mode looks legit. Whereas a lot of the other Autobots were super deformed. They were pudgy and rounded and everything. He just looks like a straight up tank. So let's go to the super close and we'll look at get a better view of this guy. I love the unique robot mode. I love that they're just owning the turret being the chest, and he's granted, like many of these figures, he doesn't have much posability at all. That is a hallmark of the early Transformers. Posability just wasn't a big priority, but you look at the molded in detail on the treads, you look at the details on the surface of the toy, even the face has a decent sculpt for a toy that was so small. So he's got a pretty simple transform. You're going to flip down the head, you're going to put the arms up like this, and then you're going to kind of fold the body forward, and this is a little bit tight here. So you also have to slide. Wait a minute here. Can't believe I'm getting Warpath wrong. So you have to slide the turret forward, and then you can bend this down while bending the feet up, and then slide everything together. Thank you. And that is the tank mode. And look at that tank mode. That tank mode looks great. It's... Yes! Pow! KaBLAM! And yes, I know that I said it. Wait a minute here. So, after 45 minutes of talking, I needed that. So, yeah, we've got an excellent looking tank mode. I mean, this looks great. And look, the turret pivots. This is something that on so many Transformers toys was very hit and miss. You either had the turret being an extraneous piece that didn't do anything in the transform, or it was something where it was integrated into the transform and it was fused to the body. It was hard to get a really good Transformers tank, but he was great. About the same time, you saw the Combaticon Brawl, who was one of the Scramble City combiners, and he also had a pivoting turret, but he was pretty much a pull out the legs, and you did pivot the chest forward to reveal the head, but the turret wasn't integrated in any way. It was just on his back. It wasn't something, I guess maybe he could kind of hunch himself over if you wanted to use it in robot mode, but Warpath here, he's got the cannon as his chest, and he's loving life. Boom! Hey! Joy is here! Whoa, we have to drink a toast to Joy! So... Author Joy Thayer. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. And I will be expecting a cease and desist letter from Joy later on this week. So, I do not have any, Canadian Ranger was just asking if we have any Slim Jims to eat. I do have some jerky on the counter, but that's speaking of eating stuff. Let's just take a sidebar from Warpath for just a moment. Something else that I did this week that I am personally very proud of. I finished off the last of the Grasshoppers. That's right, for my 2005 special, we had... Ooh, sorry. I apologize. Too much of that tea. So, yeah, I've been munching on the Chipotle flavored Grasshoppers ever since. And you know what? They're not bad. I am glad to be done with the grasshoppers. Now we will not have any more grasshoppers that... I don't want this box. I don't want this box. I did nothing to deserve this. Give me this. You know where this is going, right? This is the punishment box. Is this for hitting on Joy? Oh. Well. Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, I now have a brand new jar of grasshoppers. These are the plain recipe. So, yeah, we have that. And I guess we're just gonna... The others had a very spicy chipotle seasoning that probably destroyed any grasshopper flavor. So we have one of these. We have a whole jar of these. Let's just go ahead and show this. This is a dried grasshopper that is not covered in chipotle seasoning to make it more appetizing. It is just a dried grasshopper. I don't know that there's any seasoning at all, but I guess I have to find out. Texture's pretty much the same. Little salty, little chewy, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside.
This is some fucked up repugnant shit.
You know, this is
some fucked up repugnant shit.
I can only show you what I'm looking at here. This is two halves of a body. You know, there's nothing appetizing about that. There's just nothing about that makes me want to do this. But here we go. I've got the things.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Grasshoppers. Learning to eat bugs. This is planning for the rest of 2020 because obviously we've had murder hornets, we've had pandemic, we've had economic collapse, we've had race riots and cities on fire. So I'm just telling you, you might as well learn how to like bugs now, because it's not getting any better anytime soon. So, and with that, I think that I have earned a KaBLAM. Ooh. Yeah, that helps. Yeah, that. get plenty of adult beverage for the post-apocalypse. It helps the grasshoppers go down easier. So, Warpath. We were talking about Warpath. He has an excellent vehicle mode. I can see why he was featured more often on the show, and he's a memorable character. He's got an explosive personality. See what I did there? An explosive, because he's always saying "pow" and "KaBLAM" and stuff. And I also love how like the hatch on top is his head. That's kind of cool. I love the integration of that. His vehicle mode is tight. He snaps together. It looks good. Looks so good. So, that is the original Gen 1 Warpath from 1985. I believe it was 85. Joy was just asking if we have a box of explosive bomb bags behind us. Yes, we do. Would you like to see an explosive bomb bag? This is the 4th of July episode. So, excuse me, Piranacon? Is his name Piranacon? Not a later, not a... I have had too much tea. I can't remember what, no, not a later was the head guy. I think it's Piranacon. I think that's it. Yes, this is a box of bomb bags, and for those of you who don't know what bomb bags are, so we got a whole box of these things. We got a ton of them, and these are so cool. So I'm gonna just take a few of these, because if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do this right. And see, the way that these things work is they pop. They pop like a balloon. There is no fire. There is no real danger. I believe that essentially what we've got is inside there's a little packet of what's probably vinegar, and then outside of the little packet is baking soda. But they're sealed inside this foil pack, so what happens is when those two innocuous chemicals mix together... In fact, I have some baking soda here. Do you have a little glass jar, maybe a shot glass of vinegar? And I'll show you the chemical reaction before I show you these. We're getting educational here. We're doing science. So yeah, there's a shot glass right there on the table. So, not too much, because, yeah. Okay, so, this is a glass of vinegar, and this is baking soda. Vinegar is acidic, and baking soda is alkaline, or basic. And so essentially what happens is if you have like a little packet of vinegar and it's sealed inside a bag that's also got baking soda in it, what's going to happen is those two things are going to mix, and we'll show a little bit of this. Let's go to the super close. Wait here. This needs super close attention. So here is our vinegar, and we're going to put in some baking soda. And look at that. Okay? And see, look at it. Look at how it's foaming up. Look at, oh shit. Okay. Oh, okay. Good. Okay. The only thing I could think to do was kind of hold it over my lap and put my legs together, but fortunately it did not flow over, so I did not end up with a crotch full of vinegar. But yeah, if you saw, let's go back to the super close. So you see how even now it's still creating bubbles. Those are bubbles of carbon dioxide. That is the gas that is released when these two substances mix. And so, and you saw it foam up because it's creating gas and it's creating bubbles and it's creating that foam, and so that's essentially what's happening inside these bomb bags. So yeah. So we have bomb bags, and here because I don't want a mess of vinegar and baking soda, I am going to put these inside this Ziploc, and I'm going to show you how these work, and try and space them out a little bit. There we go. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to seal these inside of this, and okay, now granted, I've done this with one bomb bag in a gallon-sized Ziploc. I've never tried it with 3, but my belief is that it's not going to create enough gas to explode this bag. I don't know that for sure, but like I said, this is not. There's no flame involved. The worst thing that can happen is I end up getting some vinegar sprayed, and I have to clean it up. So you feel around for where the packet is inside the bomb bag, and then you just pop it. There we go. And then we can pop this one, and then we can pop this one. And here's what I'm gonna do to make this a little bit less risky. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give it. I'm going to open this just a little bit so the air can escape from the bag. And you can see these blowing up. Look at these. Look at how they're expanding. Oh, boy. I know that there's no danger here, but, I mean, look at these. There's still 2 more! We're still waiting! Oh! Wow, that's loud! Okay, there's 1 more. Oh, hey! Oh! Okay, so... Well, so... MTD-L3X is here. Howdy, MTD. Can I call you, Mididle? I'm gonna try that, and if you're offended by that, I'll stop. But hello, Mididle. Toast to you. I need that to calm my nerves. So, here, just take a look. Look at what's left in this bag. Look at that. Does that look familiar to anyone? Let's go to the super close. Yeah, that... I bet anything that's just vinegar and baking soda. That's what we got. So yeah, bomb bags... Oh, Matthew! Okay, so we can call him Matthew. Hello, Matthew! Let's do this proper. A toast to Matthew! Welcome! So, yeah, it even smells... Wait, here, let's put my schnoz in here. My congested schnoz. Oh, I hate vinegar. Yeah, that's vinegar. So, Matthew, you came in just as we were exploding some bomb bags. These things, and And those are a very fun thing for 4th of July, especially, they're kind of a safe alternative to fireworks. They make a very, very loud bang. There's a lot, they're a lot of fun, and the waiting is just maddening. It is just maddening. And then if one doesn't explode, you see that puffed up bag, and you don't even want to touch it because, it's like, okay, what's going to set it off? But nonetheless, so yes, Joy, we got bomb bags. Bomb bags. And that is a little bit of science. So, let's go ahead and let us talk a little. Let's look at another version of Warpath. Let's look at. Let's see here. The Legends Class 2008. Did you set one off? Huh. Oh! She threw that under my chair. This is what I have to put up with. Okay? I'm going to wake up tonight with one of these under my pillow. Just watch. So, so in 2008, Warpath saw his first real redo, and that's a long time to go with, no new version. So we didn't see any Warpaths from, throughout the Unicron trilogy series. It wasn't until 2008 that we saw a new one, and this is him. So let's go to the super close. Yes, thank you, Joy. She blinded me with science. So let's go to the super close here. This is 2008 Transformers Universe Warpath. Not a bad figure. It's very tiny. The detail is a little bit lacking, but it's not bad. And you see, he's they've kind of toned down on the length of the barrel sticking out of the robot chest. It can be pulled out, just like maybe. There you go. So it can be pulled out to full length. Just in case you want your Warpath to have a fully length cannon coming out of his chest. But I like the fact that you can put it back a little bit. That isn't like active, is it? Is that active? Oh, that's real! Get that away from me! I'm getting a squirt gun, and I am going to... I'm really trying hard here. And this is just looming behind me. It's sort of like when your cat is staring at the ceiling right behind your head, and you're like, what are you looking at? And the cat is thinking it's impending doom, but you can't see it because you're a dumb human, and I'm a cat. If my cat were here, he would be staring at this bomb bag, waiting for it to go off right behind my head. But it's not. That's the thing. It's just hovering here, and I can't go on because I know it's coming. But I should have never showed her that we could use these inside. This is the lesson to be learned. Bomb bags are an outside game. Okay, so yes, we need a spray bottle. I need a spray bottle. Don't get a spray bottle. She'll be armed with. Don't give her ideas. She'll have the spray bottle. I don't get the spray bottle. I need to provide my own spray bottle. So, anyway, now that we're done with KaBLAM, which, yeah, that's right, I said KaBLAM. You have to stop whatever terrible thing you're about to do. Oh. Okay. Wait. For you. Okay, so I guess I'm getting a treat now. I feel like there's some like bipolar syndrome. It is not a bomb. Okay, good. It's not a bomb bag. Oh, look at that. I got booze chocolates. Here you go, sweetie. Yes, I you know what? I will take a booze chocolate. I don't know what these are called, but they're in the shapes of booze bottles, and they're chocolate, and I think that they maybe they have booze in them, maybe they don't, because, 21-year-olds under 21-year-olds might be watching this, so you don't know, they could be just chocolate, but nonetheless, let's just put this right on there like that. It comes in a case like that. Look at that. Isn't that great? So we're gonna set that aside, and I get a treat because I was good. So here we go. Oh, I love the little. Look at that. You know, here. So. Little super close. So look at that. Even the chocolate is molded to look like a bottle of beverage. So wait here. What we'll do is we'll open the bottle. It's not actually hollow. Oh wait. Okay, now it's hollow. I can't seem to suck anything out of the inside. Alright.
Hey, phrasing!
Okay, I'll give you that one. Okay, wait here. We'll take some of this and we'll put that inside there. Now, tea and chocolate. Not a taste I'd recommend. Oh, okay. So, yeah. All right. So, we got 2008 Transformers Universe Warpath, and we were looking at him, and the detail is okay. You can tell that he's not, that they didn't spend a massive amount of money. He does have painted on details like the Autobot symbol on the shoulder, which is nice. And he's got a very interesting transform. And that's one of the things I like about this figure. You know, they did some unique things. So, like I showed you before, you've got the turret that pulls out from the chest, and that enables it to be moved up and down a little bit, which gives you some elevation on the cannon, and that's really cool. And then let's I think that it comes out more. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. That's full length, actually.
Praising. Boom. Huh?
I don't know how else to describe this. He's got a cannon. He's got a shaft. It comes out. It gets
Praising.
longer.
Inappropriate.
It's, you know what? Here we go. There. Look at that. We're waxing his cannon barrel. There we go. So. There's just no way around this. There's no way to get out of this that isn't bad. I'm just gonna own it. There's nothing I can do here that makes me not look like a creep. So There it is. He's got a cannon barrel, and you pull it out. You just pull out the cannon barrel and make it as long as you can. So... Boy, that is some good tea. And Canadian Ranger is just saying it for what it is. I'm not going to say it. What I am going to say is KaBLAM! So... now we know what Warpath means when he says that. So, you have to pull the barrel all the way out in order to fold the head down in.
And knowing is half the battle.
Yo, Joe! So, and see, I actually really like this. Okay, this is like Battleoid mode. Look at that. Let's go to the super close. Look, you know, imagine this walking tank with arms that has this elevated cannon that it can fire in any direction at you. I mean, that is badass right there. And I don't know if that was intended, but I'm going to say that this absolutely is a legitimate walking tank Battleoid mode. That is really intimidating, and then that's just 2 steps into it. So then you fold the arms up, and you just fold the arms down like that. So you pivot at the shoulder just like that, and then you flip the arm down, and that makes the treads there, and then the turret is going to fold back onto the back. And then you can rotate the arms like this, and there is a little nub and a hole, and you seat these together just like that. And then, you know, let's show this on the super close actually. So so you see that little nub right there, and then there is a little hole in there. I'm going to try and make it so that you can see it. Okay, so there's the little hole. And then we're just going to put that right together like that. And that just goes like that. And Monica is having the cutest sneezing fit that I have ever heard. She has run out of the room in an effort not to interrupt the live stream. And I am hearing her go, "Achoo! Achoo! Achoo!" You're adorable, sweetie. You are absolutely adorable. So that's the front half of the tank. And then the legs, so they have these, the tread portions on the back of the leg. You can see it right here. And you can see it better, like, here, let me do that. So there, you can see the leg portion, and it's got this hinge here. So the whole thing rotates around to the side of the leg like that. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. There you go. And then these just fold over like this. Now, as I vaguely remember, there were some pieces on here. There was part of this chest here that was molded in that severely inhibited his either his arm motion or his turret motion, and I just cut it off because that's what I do with my toys. But technically, this is supposed to be the front of the tank, and let's go ahead and show that in the super close. So, you know, they're kind of doing this thing, and I like that. I like the look of that, but then you have this really hollow area, and it wasn't quite as hollow before I took off whatever I took off. I don't even remember, but it was still pretty darn hollow, and I did not like that. I didn't like the way it looked. But here's the thing. Rotate the turret around and make this the front, and now this tank looks great. I mean, I realize that that's not the shown transform, But that is awesome. I love the dynamic treads, and I really do love the way that these look being in the front, but honestly, it's not good enough to make it worth having this whole hollow thing here in the front of the tank. And I know that they did that with Armada Megatron, sort of, but I didn't like it then, and I don't like it now. So yeah, I just transform them like this, and that makes this the front of the tank. And what's great is that you've got this turret that rotates around. It's still integrated into his chest. It elevates, and, you know, there's a lot of play value built into a very tiny figure. So, you know, yeah, you've got this hollow thing in the back, and okay, it'll lose a point for that. But otherwise, this is a great little figure, and it's a great value for such a tiny figure. And, you know, I'm going to say that this is a worthy successor to the original. The color is obviously a lot brighter, and I don't dislike the color. But, you know, if you're going to the point of making it such an obvious homage to the original, you know, so, I mean, this is the same guy, okay? You can see them as being the same guy. And I feel like, you know what, it wouldn't have killed them to make this match this. You know, just make it a darker burgundy. And this, you know, I like the dark burgundy color. It's you know, even though you never see a tank that's red, but if I were going to see a tank that was some kind of red color, I like sort of the muted tones, the shades of red that are deeper than you know, like a candy apple, or in this case kind of a little bit of an orangey red. Yeah, I like this better. It strikes me as a little bit more military, even though, you know, obviously we don't have tanks like this in our military. But nonetheless, you know, it looks a little bit more utilitarian. Maybe that's what I see. So, loving this vehicle mode, especially with this representing the front of the tank rather than the gaping chasm back here. So that is 2008 Warpath. And then we didn't have to wait too much longer. 2011 is when we got our next Warpath. And this was from the Generations line. And in this toy, Warpath finally grows up. This is Warpath as we have always wanted him. And you know what? I'm seeing a little bit of a lag on my stream. Are you seeing that? Okay, well, it seems to have stopped, so that's good. So this is a deluxe scale figure, and he is fully posable. You know, he's got shoulder joints, he's got elbow joints. The detail on him is fantastic. He's got hip joints and knee joints. You know, you can even position the feet a little bit. He looks great. Let's go ahead and go to the super close. So, fantastic head sculpt. You know, he really, really looks the part. Look at the detail on the shoulders. You know, the paint detail and the molding is wonderful. Look at that. I mean, this is the kind of love and care that you don't see all the time. And, you know, they even put different, you know, a little bit of paint detail on the head, you know, on those side vents there. You know, he's got these copper accents that really pop. And yet they don't make him look corny. They just make him look more like a machine of war. You know, the details on the treads. Look at that. Look at that. And here's another thing that I really like about this design. Okay, if you look, the treads are complete on the arms, okay? Well, at least mostly complete. I guess there's, it breaks at the bottom of the hand there, but mostly we've got a fully contained tread here, and then you look at the feet, and once again you have a fully contained tread, and that's cool on a number of levels. For one thing, you could imagine that he is capable of just rolling along on his feet, and he can use his treads, and he can pretty much skate on treads. And I don't know if that's advantageous for him, but I think that's cool. The other thing is that I realize that Transformers technology does stuff that the way that we build stuff is not the way that Transformers are made. Okay, I get that. But especially when I was younger, it always bothered me when you would have a toy where the treads would break. So, like you look at this and they're just splitting the tread. And sure, you could imagine that there's some kind of locking system that holds the tread in place. But normally, if you break a tread, it falls off. Okay, that's, the treads aren't attached to the wheels under normal circumstances. So if you do this, then that bottom tread is just going to hang out this way, and this end's going to hang out that way, and then it just falls off. I understand. These are alien robots from another planet. They're disguised as vehicles. They could absolutely have some kind of thing built into the wheels that locks the treads on when they transform. But it still bothered me when I was a kid. And when I see this guy, it doesn't do that. These treads are functional in any mode. That's cool. So yeah, I love that. Let's go ahead and continue taking a close look at his body details. So, we've got the legs, which are beautifully sculpted. The feet are amazing. Look at those feet. That is so cool. He is such a unique guy, and the proportions. Let's look at the proportions of how the turret integrates into the chest and really looks solid. This looks like just a guy that you would shoot with everything you have in your arsenal, and he'd just keep coming, and he would probably be yelling KaBLAM the whole time. So, that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and transform Warpath here, and the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm pulling out the cannon barrel.
Phrasing, boom! Inappropriate.
I'm just doing it. I'm starting there. I'm going to get it out of the way. And once again, we have the ability for him to have the full-length cannon barrel coming out of his chest. So, you really want him to have that kind of, I'm shooting guys with my chest. And, of course, here's the other thing. You can put the head down, and boom, we have Battleoid tank mode. He is essentially a battle mech at this point. That's cool. Look at that. Okay. Okay, so, yeah, he's a battle mech, and you know what? It was cool when they did it with this guy. It's cool that you can do it with this guy. I absolutely believe that Warpath would have a mech mode. That just... There's nothing else that I can say about that. It's fantastic. So, let's go ahead and we're going to transform the arms. And to do that, you're going to fold up... You're going to open up the top of the arm, and you're just going to fold the fist inside and then close it. And then do the same thing on this side. So we're going to open that just like that. and then flip the fist in, and then close it. There we go. We're going to stick these out to the sides for the moment, and then we're going to flip the turret onto the back. Notice that the transform is in some ways very similar to the 2008 version. And so we got this. Now let's go ahead and transform the feet. We're going to, let's see, this, oh, okay, so the feet are kind of cool. What you do is you tip the toe up, and then you have to rotate the whole foot this way. It's rotating on this panel right here. And so once you've got that opened up, then you can fold the foot in like that. And so let's go ahead and do that with this one. We're going to tip the toe up, and then we're going to open it that way, and then fold it like that. And now we rotate these things, and they're going to go together. And see, they've got these little tabs here. And here, let's show these on the super close. So they've got these little tabs. You see those? And that allows these to just kind of click together just like that. So that is those. And then we're going to rotate the body down this way, and we're going to pull the arms down. And now let's see, I'm trying to remember how he goes. I mean, obviously these go down. Oh, there's some body stuff that I have to do. So wait a minute here. So we've got these little thingies here. Let's go ahead and show this on the super close. So the lower part of the body flips out like this. And then you have this thing that comes out like this. And that is what's making the lower part of the body of the tank. And now, let's go back here. So now we can fold him over, and you're going to see these details here. They're going to mesh into these details here, and that's going to close up like that. And oh, you know what? There's something else I forgot. Okay, so you're going to open up these arms again. Okay, I shouldn't have closed down the arms quite yet. So we're going to open up the arms. There, okay. So you have the arms open just like that, and the fists are folded in, and now the whole arm is going to rotate around like that. Just like that. And then you close up that panel. So I'm going to show you again on this side. It's going to rotate like that. And then this panel here just closes like that. And blam! And you can also rotate these weapons here. And there was a missile that goes in here, and I have it somewhere. So that is his tank mode, and he looks terrific. He really does look terrific. Look at that. That is a badass tank mode. And once again, they have given us an excellent tank mode with a turret that rotates around 180 degrees and it elevates. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than this. This is a fantastic tank mode, a brilliant toy, an excellent incarnation of this character, and I feel like whatever else they do with Warpath in the future is, may be as good, but it's going to be hard to make a figure that is actually just better. Maybe someday we'll see a masterpiece, but he is just an amazing figure. Let's go ahead and go to the super close. So look at that. Okay, that is a dynamic vehicle. You know, the details that he has in his robot mode only look better in his vehicle mode. Look at the detail on those treads. You know, look at the different faceted panels and all the different rivet patterns and the metal plates that are molded in there. And then, you know, you have these paint details that really work. You know, they just work so well with this design and with this color scheme. And then you have the turret itself, which once again is integrated beautifully into the vehicle. This, you know, it just, so much care and so much love was put into the design of this. And it makes me so happy to see such a brilliant design done for this character. So that is 2011 Transformer Generations Warpath. And you know, if you are a fan of the character, this is the one you want. He is a boon to your Autobot army, and he looks great. He's got fantastic play value. You know, he's a 10. He's a 10. That's it. You know what? This toy is a 10. Now, this is not the only Warpath that we got. We did get one more, but I did not have it, but I have pictures of it. This is from the Transformers Wiki. Let's go to the internet. Oh, you ordered it for me. Oh, okay. So that's awesome. Okay, well, we will get that at some point. This was, when I first saw this design, it was done as Megatron, and I got that one. I have it somewhere. It's okay. It is essentially a scout class vehicle. You can see that the detail is not fantastic, and to be honest, it's a bit of a step down after having this one. It's, you know, I mean, for completionist's sake, sure, I'm going to be glad to have him. But is it an improvement over this? Not by a long shot. It might be an improvement over this one, but, you know, for one thing, he doesn't have a cannon in his chest. What? I mean, that's Warpath's shtick. I bet that this version of the character doesn't even say "pow" every 5 seconds. So, you know, I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about that. But when we get him in, then, you know, I'll pull him out during one of the live streams just to show you what he's like in real life. But that is all the versions of Warpath. But we are not done. We're not quite done here. I know we have talked about all the Warpaths, but I wanted to make a little bit of a comparison because there have been a lot of transforming tanks, and of course, Transformers isn't the only franchise to have transforming tanks. So I submit to you Super GoBot's Destroyer. This would have come out in probably 1983. I believe that this was part of the 1983 line of GoBots, before Transformers were even in America. It would have been imported from Machine Robo, and it probably had the name Tank Robo or something like that. The vehicle mode is beautiful. I mean, you know, it has working treads, it has a rotating tank barrel, it has an elevating gun. The super close is a little bit rough with some of these larger ones, so I'm probably holding it too far away. How's that? Is that looking better? Okay, so Monica was just telling me that it looked a little bit blurry. So yeah, you know, it's an excellent it's got an excellent vehicle mode. And I had this toy when I was a kid. This is not the one that I had when I was a kid. When I was, at some point, my dad threw away all my Transformers. This was very early in my collection. I had built a whole bunch out of wood because we didn't have a lot of money, and it wasn't until I got a paper route and I could earn my own money that I started buying my own toys. So I had all this big box of wooden Transformers, but there were some real GoBots and a couple little Transformers in there, and my dad just threw the whole thing away. A moment of silence. Okay, that's enough of that. Tonka. Thank you, Joy. So I did have this guy. I don't know where I got him, because I know I didn't get him in the store. I think that I got him secondhand somehow in a group with other Transformers toys. But nonetheless, I didn't have him in my adult life. So we got this one on eBay, and he was not complete. This is not the original barrel. This is out of my parts bin, and I just added it. It did not have the treads. Actually, it had one tread, but you need matching treads. And so the treads, okay, here's what I did. Let's go to the super close. So these are timing belts. I ordered these online. You can get timing belts for 3D printers, and I ordered a timing belt. I swear that I ordered the wider ones, but these ones are more narrow, and that bugs me. I think that they sent me the wrong thing, but I was impatient and I wanted to use them anyway. And then the way that I got the ones that just come as a whole roll, and then you can see here how I had to attach them together, and they are actually stitched together with I sewed them. I used a needle and thread, and I sewed them together, and then I used some super glue to solidify it, and it creates a little bit of a nub, which keeps his treads from rolling smoothly, and I don't like that, but for him to have treads is pretty cool. And the fact that they don't roll as smoothly as they could, it's a little bit of a sacrifice. But to be honest, I'm just happy that he has treads now. So this is my refurbished Super GoBots destroyer, and we're going to transform him. And he actually had some other things that were broken that I fixed. The body was broken in the back, and I fixed that. Did some gluing and stuff, and I like the way this transforms. So you just fold up the entire body to make this very solid body, and then you open the panel in the back, and you flip out these arms. And then you close the panel, and then you fold out the lower half of the arms, and he is a very robot-y looking robot. This is not like the more humanoid Transformers. This guy looks like he is just a machine of death and destruction. He doesn't look like somebody that you could reason with. And yes, I know I don't have him completely transformed, but I actually kind of like this mode. I like the fact that he could conceivably just be rolling around on his treads and shooting at dudes and, just kind of wreaking havoc while rolling through the battlefield. But, again, it's kind of a Battleoid mode, which I think is very, very cool. But, of course, he does have legs. You just snap these things. So you snap the treads a little bit forward like that. And I had snapped the other one. It didn't go all the way. So wait, there. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. And then you rotate these down. And rotate these down, and then you flip down the feet. Now, this is a 1983 design, so you don't get a lot of posability. Like a lot of the Super GoBots, he doesn't have a face. You know, the turret becomes the face, but there is something kind of intimidating about the fact that when you try to look him in the face, you are staring down the barrel of his cannon, which means that he's probably going to kill you. I have to say, I'm not sure that a realistic humanoid head would make that more intimidating. It's not something that you see a lot in the Transformers franchise. You did see it a lot more in the GoBots franchise. But nonetheless, it's a design choice. I don't think that it's a bad thing. It's just different than what we're used to. But nonetheless, really, really neat robot mode. Very, very cool. Complete conversion. He really does change his identity. I mean, he's obviously a tank turned into a robot, but he's a badass tank that turns into a badass robot. So, I wanted to bring out Destroyer just to kind of compare what GoBots was doing with tanks at the same time, or, well, a little bit before Transformers was giving us guys like this. Now, of course, there's also the renegade character named Tank that was the smaller scale, but he was more of a space tank, and I don't feel like he's really comparable to Warpath. These are two guys that both turn into realistic looking tanks. Obviously, Destroyer, very realistic. Warpath, super deformed. But both of them giving us rotating turrets, both of them wearing their cannons right up front in their robot modes. They're not hiding what they're all about. They turn into robots and they can still blow the crap out of you. So that's pretty cool. Yes, you know what? Joy says he gets all the chicks. I'm not sure that he cares that he gets all the chicks, but he gets all the chicks. So, that's Destroyer. And I like him, and I'm really glad that we got this on eBay, and I'm glad that I could put him together and make him whole again. And maybe someday I'll get wider timing belts for the treads, or maybe I can find some treads that work. I measured the diameter, and I could not find belts that were exactly the right diameter. That would have been ideal, to find belts that are pre-made that I don't have to stitch together. But you know what? The actual diameter is in between two sizes. So, what are you gonna do? The Guardian treads. I do not have the Guardian treads. Let's go ahead and do a quick look. GoBots treads. And let's see. Transformers Wiki. Oh wait, that's the Transformers Wiki. Let's see. I guess treads is spelled Treds. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull up the picture of him, and we'll go to the internet view. And for some reason, I'm getting sexy dresses. Okay, so here's treads. I don't have him, and looking at him, I'm not sure that I'm missing out on that much. You know, that's a pretty sad looking robot, and that's not a terribly impressive looking tank. It looks like the turret does move. I'm not sure that it moves because it looks like the arms might be... No, I think that the arms are separate from the... So the turret probably moves, but yeah. Nonetheless, Kyoji... I have to toast to Kyoji because you really know your stuff. You know, you pulled that out of thin air, and I am impressed. So this one's to Kyoji. So, well, I think that that's it. We didn't go too late this time. You know, this is... We didn't want to do too much because, you know, I got that... I'm already losing my voice. I will say that the hot tea feels great. I might have just emptied this pot. Wait a minute here. I have to do some pretty heavy pouring. Oh, that is the last of the hot tea. Sadness. Yes. Oh, you know what? Kyoji was just saying that it is relevant to Warpath thanks to eHobby, and you are correct because, of course, when Hasbro re-released a bunch of Transformers recolored as what would be the GoBot counterparts, they did turn Warpath into treads. You are correct, Kyoji. Very good. So, wait, here. This is a second toast to Kyoji. Yeah, Kyoji, I hope that you never stop joining us on these live streams, because what I don't know, I'm glad that you can fill in the blanks on. So, thank you very much. A toast to Kyoji. Oh, I think that was the part that had all the extra happy at the bottom of the pot. So, there it is! We have talked about Warpath, we have talked about treads, we have talked about Nightmare Unicron, we have shown other Unicrons. This has been a good night. We've had things that blow up, so... yeah, bomb bags. So, thank you, everyone, once again. Thank you for making this a fun live stream. Thank you for joining me on a Friday night. You know, I couldn't do it without you. I really couldn't. I say that every week, but it is absolutely true. You guys are great. And I look forward to seeing you next week. So, have a wonderful 4th of July. Have a safe 4th of July. Don't do anything risky. Wear your masks. Maintain social distancing. Just, you know, let's all take care of each other. So, have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful weekend.
someday